Browns-Bengals Part 2. The first matchup between the two ended in a 35-30 win for the Cleveland Browns. It was Joe's coming out party. 318 yards, 3 touchdowns, but he threw it 61 times. And it was a bit of a coming out party for the Cleveland Browns as well. If you do recall, it was a week where, you know what, is it time to bench Baker Mayfield? Baker's head was on the platter. If he can't beat the Cincinnati Bengals, he needs to go. And he played well, and the Cleveland Browns would go on to win 4 consecutive games. One being against the Colts, you had the one against the Bengals, you had one against the Dallas Cowboys high-powered offense. So the Cleveland Browns are proving that they're a legit team, even though they just got clobbered by the Pittsburgh Steelers last week. Another tough team here. What a division this AFC North is coming to be. You know, it depends how long Big Ben stays around for Pittsburgh. We've seen their backup QB situation, but it could be a loaded one once again for some time to come. But here we go. Bengals-Browns, Act 2. I mean, first of all, 215 yards on the ground for the Browns. First game here, can't happen. Can't happen for these Bengals that they want to win, and it probably will happen because this Cleveland Browns run team, or run offense, I should say, is stellar. Baker Mayfield sacked 0 times. Again, can't happen. But again, Cleveland Browns offensive line, solid. But you gotta put some pressure on Baker, force him to make turnovers, because he will. He got gobbled up last week against Pittsburgh, and we seen exactly what happened when they got some pressure on that quarterback, and Baker Mayfield struggled. The Bengals got to take care of that. Burrow, on the other hand, he couldn't move the ball downfield deep against the Browns in their first matchup. He's going to have to figure out a way to do that this time. As you can imagine, the Browns are going to adjust it a little bit, try to prevent those short slants, try to prevent them short passes if they can, and allow, their pass rushers, Myles Garrett and company, to get to the quarterback and sack him, knock him down, knock him off his game, force some turnovers there. Mixon couldn't really get the run game going for the Bengals last time against these Browns either. But hey, if you're the Browns, I think you look at that and you say, you know what, you did everything right from an offensive perspective, but you want to see the defense play a little bit better. The defense is just so good on paper, but has now given up 30-plus points in 4 of their 6 games this season. A defense, again, that is just too loaded with talent to be doing that week in and week out, forcing Baker to be flawless out there rather than, being the backbone that can go out there and bail out Baker Mayfield when he does make those bad plays, when he does turn the ball over, which is probably going to happen. So you got to see better play out of the defense if you're the Browns. And I think if you're the Bengals, just saying, hey, guess what? Guess what, Cleveland Browns defense? This is a different look Bengals football team than it was the first time around. I know it was only a few weeks ago, but guess what? The offensive line shuffling, it's settled down. This is going to be, it should be week 3 straight weeks now where the Bengals O-line all played together, building a little bit of chemistry. They're going to continue to improve as long as they play together more and more, I believe, here. And you're going to see Burrow get a little bit more time. Burrow get a chance to throw that football down the field potentially. And more importantly, A.J. Green just came off his best game of the season. A.J. Green, who's been irrelevant for a year and a half, 2 years due to injuries, is starting to look like the A.J. Green of old that dominates football team or dominates defenses. You got T. Higgins, you got Tyler Boyd. There is a 3-headed monster in this Bengals wide receiver corps, and Denzel Ward can't cover them all. And if they can just give Burrow a little bit of time here, they can really, I think, move this football up and down the field once again on these Cleveland Browns. This is a Browns team, though, that knows the Bengals' Achilles heel as well as anybody, and that being pounding the rock. I think this is a game the Bengals need to find a way to get off to a fast start, get ahead early, and I think they can win this. But guess what? It's a Bengals defense now that for a couple weeks, week in and week out, really, even back in Cleveland, where guess what? They've shown some promise. They've shown some good play early and often. But when you get to that late in the 3rd, 4th quarter, the run defense seems to really lackluster. You've seen it again last week against Jonathan Taylor, ripping off 10, 12-yard carries when we got into later stages of the game. They was containing him for the most part all game, and that's just something you can't do against a Cleveland Browns offense that if they're up by a score, up by 4, up by 3, whatever, heading into the later stage of the game, will happily run the football 20 straight times, straight down your throat, and put it into the back of the end zone and score. For that reason, I think if the Browns are winning by any margin at all, walking into the late stages of the 3rd, 4th quarter, I think this is Cleveland's game to win. But guess what? Guess what? We do it every week, boys. We gotta favor these Bengals. Browns won the first one. I don't think the series sweep happens. Bengals 30, Browns 27. Bengals gotta pick up that second win of the season. A little momentum here. We'll see. That's our thoughts. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time.